Every day is a different tone. Now, when I say tone, you got to think in terms of frequency, or better yet, let's say state of mind. Now, in your state of mind, you got to break it down to sensory perception and telepathic sensory. You know what I mean? So it's like we got two different things. Instincts and telepathics are two different things. You know what I mean? So, for example, if a lion was conscious, we'll be all in trouble. Now, animals have instincts. Lions, they use their instincts to hunt. The instincts are there to be used in a manner to protect territory. You know what I mean? So we as human beings, we have instincts too. You know what I mean? We can call it the intuition. You know what I mean? This has nothing to do with suspicion. Suspicion is not a good term to use, because suspicion is nothing but a delusional or neurotic tendency to create a reality based off of everything else but the facts. You know what I mean? So when you deal with suspicious people, they're hardly ever right. They're never correct. They don't really truly have the facts that create that actuality. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, we got to be able to pay attention to the tones of the days, because everything matters. Everything starts off as a big wave spell. Okay, we start off attracting a person, a purpose. The next thing you know, we stabilize it by challenging ourselves and taking these walks of life. Then activate this, acting on certain things. You know, we value certain contribution. It's bonding. You know what I mean? We take on an idea, make ourselves self-existing. You know what I mean? It just keeps growing as this substance or as this essence. You know what I mean? We have the same mental spheres in our minds. Our same 7 mental spheres are in the 7 days of the week. Okay? There's some deep stuff here, because you got to understand where you're at and what you're playing with. You know? There's wakes of life that has whole total different things, in order for us to learn, to understand, and grow, to get back to the civilization that we were destined or ingrained from. You know, everything is nothing but lies and illusions. You know, we sell illusions to everyone. You know, even the media is doing it on a grander scale, just to take over your mind. Freedom is truly the ability to train your mind. That's what freedom is. Not to do as what you please. People got that whole concept mixed up. Freedom has to do with being able to train your mind. You know, be able to discipline yourself, to learn, to study, to fulfill your purpose here as being a human being and as being a divine being. Both recognizing themselves, the light aspects of yourself and the dark aspects of yourself. Being able to take both aspects, combine them as one, in order to create balance and harmony. You know, just like music. You just start off playing the piano. You got to be able to use your mind to train your hands, hand and eye coordination, hand and ear coordination, all of that stuff. But it's only until the mind clicks to where it's like, I got it. That's when you start to create the harmony. You're starting to create harmonics, you know what I mean? So now you by yourself, you're creating these tunes. You know, you trained your mind and your hands to communicate and work together to keep the rhythm out and flowing, to express something from within to come without. You know what I mean? So after that, you know, if you got a person that's just being defiant, they're just here to do as they please, keep their attitudes and dispositions, but yet they playing their tunes, you know what I mean? There's no harmony in that stuff. It's nothing but discord, quarrelsomeness, disequilibrium. You know what I mean? You know how a piano sounds when someone's not playing all the tunes, right? That person is just simply being defiant. You got to recognize that we all want to be in leadership positions, but sometimes it's not in our essence to do so, because we don't have any sense of value, you know, and what we claim to value is only what helps ourselves, because we're ignorant and we're selfish during that time, and no one can tell us to do any better, because we simply know it all. And that's a terrible attitude to take, because after that journey, trust me, you have to learn how to let go and liberate from that selfish nature in order to be as one as whole as divine. So stop being defiant and learn to be a person that comes forth with value. So when you do step out into everyone, you will remember that karma is something to remember. Everything that you say and do, people will remember you for it. So understand that, you know, our actions have those effects. Be that model for everybody to represent off. You know, create harmony for others in the environment. Don't create discord. You create discord, now people don't like you. Now sometimes you might activate somebody that don't like themselves, and next thing you know, you got a suicide on your hands, all because somebody else didn't know how to cope with your bullshit, and they felt like they didn't need to be here anymore. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we affect everyone, and everyone affects us. We gotta be able to create a sense of balance and harmony, and learn the two different types of sensory perceptions, being aware, using our senses and using our telepathic nature. You know, it's balancing just like day and night, white and black. You know, telepathy is literally real, yo. I can be inside your mind, literally knowing what you think based upon certain things that might not even have nothing to do with what's immediately in our environment, but what I'm hearing, what I'm simply seeing off in the far distance. Color magic that's being present, certain vibrations, where how people move, where things are flowing, the direction things are flowing, what day it is, what time of day, where the sun is at. Like life speaks to me in a whole total different way that I see. You know, it's like an alchemist holding a philosopher's stone, being able to tap into different realities and dimensions, seeing the unseen in the invisible and understanding. So when the physical does show up, you be able to get the higher meaning versus, you know, whatever else you've told yourself or shed this illusion that you've kept that conditioned you to have your life react to however way you're projecting yourself. You know what I mean? So just know it's time for us to grow up, liberate, do the best we can to be the best version of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, time lost, asleep can never be brought back. But once you wake up, your journey begins.